our weather forecast today?
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just the perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been a freaking decade.
Welcome back to the Social Beaches. I'm Kelly Bowling.
I'm Carolyn Smith.
We're with the Coastal Estate team. We sell real estate in Brevard County on the Space Coast and also in Indian River County. So if you're looking to buy or sell, give us a call.
That's right.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about stress and anxiety.
And panic attacks.
Yes, because one leads to the next. So it's like a fun little ride you get to go on.
Yeah. I think men must have them too, but I feel like we hear about them more.
I feel like women maybe talk about it more. And it's not something like that was ever discussed when I was a kid.
No.
It was like, oh, you have a nervous stomach. Mm-hmm. That's what I always heard. Mm-hmm. She just has a nervous stomach. Mm-hmm. No, it's anxiety. Who knew?
I remember my older brother had cancer when he was 17, and I remember my mom used to have a drink before she went to bed. Mm-hmm. She would be having a drink. Yeah. And it's like, I'm sure she was having...
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah,
stress,
anxiety, panic attacks.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the whole thing. But she never called it that.
I don't feel like we had the words for that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not new, but it's much more talked about now.
And we would like to get rid of that. Like
yes.
It's not something that you just say, oh, you're just whining about stress. Mm-hmm. And like literally when you have it,
yes,
you're just like, go away. You want it to go away. And it can build up and your heart's racing.
Yes.
And you're just...
I mean, all kinds of fun symptoms, not really. I can remember as a kid, my dad always referred to my grandmother as a worrywart, his mom. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, she probably had anxiety.
Yeah.
I know for sure he did. Like I get this from him, travel anxiety. He does not like to go places. They went to Key West, him and my mom. He doesn't like to fly. That was only the second time he'd ever been on an airplane.
Wow.
His whole adult life. And this is just like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, something like that. And I decided, well, they're in Florida, so I'm going to drive down and hang out with them for a few days. And that whole week, he was just sick. His stomach was upset. He could barely eat. He couldn't even drink beer. And this man drinks beer every day.
Yeah.
He just did not feel well. And I'm like, he wasn't sick. He was nervous about having to get back on that plane, that tiny little airplane out of Key West, to then fly into DCA, which is one of the not fun approaches if you're looking out the window. Just don't look out the window.
Yeah.
If that gets to you or whatever. But that's
what
it was.
I don't look out the window ever on a plane.
He was
like,
totally fine. It was
no.
funny. On our last trip, Everly's like, Mommy, look, there's clouds. And I'm like, I know.
I know. And I'm not looking that way. I'm in the aisle seat, like looking straight ahead. Like, please don't make me look out the window.
Please close the window. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to close the window.
So like different things can cause stress. Like, just flipping on the news these days.
Yes. Yes. There's a realtor that I'm very good friends with, and she's like, oh, I quit watching the news a long time ago. And you think to yourself, well, how can you not like pay attention to the news? Not that you're like watching it on TV or anything, but like
it's all over your feeds.
It's on your feeds. It's everywhere, and people are talking about it everywhere. There's TikToks that talk about news stuff and everything else. Like today, we both have anxiety over this submersible, which when this airs, it's going to be... It's going to be determined one way or the other.
What happened,
the submarine that went to go see the Titanic with these 5 people on board, and they can't find it. They've lost communication. And it's like, that is giving me horrible stress and anxiety, and I have nothing to do with it.
We don't know anybody on that vessel.
We don't know anyone. I don't know anything about them, but I know that like at least one of them's a father, and I'm like, oh no, the family, and how are they feeling down there? And so I have anxiety over their anxiety.
Right. Yes.
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 So why do we watch the news
I don't know.
or whatever? It's hard to escape from just everyday things.
I get the alerts to my phone anytime there's a new headline. It just sends it to my phone, and then I'm like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
That's terrible. Like all the fires that happened in Canada and the smoke that came down, and it was really bad in New York and looked so apocalyptic. And I was getting ready to travel to see my dad, and it was like the air quality there was terrible. They're like, don't go outside. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to like not go outside when I'm there. And am I going to be able to breathe? Am I going to feel like I have asthma when I'm there? Yeah. So that starts
So why do we worry? Like, how do we stop worrying about, I don't know.
I don't know that I'm able to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's gotten worse for me
as I've
gotten older.
Really well for a long time, and then all of a sudden it's like everything is making me worried, and God forbid, don't have a symptom and Google it. Don't do it. I did it.
Dr. Google's not always a good idea.
It's a terrible idea, and I know this, but I'll do it anyways.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I literally told myself last night, girl, you're having a stroke. I had some blood work done recently. The cholesterol numbers were really high for me, and it's like unexplainable. Nothing's changed. I don't understand it. So, of course, then now all of a sudden I can't breathe. I'm pretty sure it's because I have clogged arteries. I'm going to need to have open heart surgery. And then last night, I'm like, I think you might be having a stroke. I wasn't having any like facial paralysis or anything like that, but I had convinced myself to the point where I sent my husband, go get that blood pressure cuff we have. Where is it? Because we don't use it. It just sits in a drawer somewhere. So he's like putting the batteries in it, trying to make sure it's good to go. He's testing the batteries, make sure that they work. And he's like, here you go. And then I go to use it. No, the machine's just done. Doesn't care that there's good batteries in it. It's not working. And I'm like, well, now I'm not going to know if I'm dying. I'm just going to not wake up in the morning, and that's how you're going to know that I had a stroke. I woke up today, so that's good news.
That's always good news.
Oh, my gosh. It's just terrible,
This is why, are we allowed to talk about Xanax? But Xanax is, sometimes the necessary thing. I wake up, so I'll be okay. I'll think, no, I'm good, and I'll go to sleep. And I literally will wake up in the middle of the night, heart racing, like in a full-blown, like I'm being pursued by an axe murderer feeling.
Oh, gosh.
And I can't.
That's the fight or flight thing happening there.
Yeah, it's like your adrenaline's like you cannot calm down. And there's nothing you can't. Was it a dream you had? I don't know. Was it something you were thinking about you're trying to work through? I don't know. But you wake up and you literally cannot calm down.
Right.
You cannot calm down. And so those are panic attacks, and they're terrible.
And some people have like different symptoms. I used to just have like stomach upset and nausea for mine, like my anxiety. That's how it played out in my body. And now it's like morphed into this like whole body clenching and like trembling, like kind of like you're shaking, which is a new thing. That's just started as of late.
That's not good.
And I know my daughter, that's what hers kind of looks like, from the outside. Like she just can't stop. It looks like she's shivering. And I'm like, are you cold? She's like, no, not cold. It's just a shaking that she can't control.
Wow.
So I don't love this. It's not fun. But, the meds do fix it. And, they have medications that you can be on like every day. It's like a maintenance kind of thing. None of those have ever worked for me. I've tried.
Never tried any of that.
Yeah, I tried it and it just did not help at all. So like the emergency medications are what I rely on when I need it. And thankfully I don't have to have it every day. Sometimes it's situational. I do know my triggers. Traveling is one of them. Most people love to vacation. I would love to vacation. There's so many places I would love to see. But honestly, if I'm planning anything, just starting to plan it, like it's not even coming now. Like it's not even like next week or next month. It's just like, oh, let's go ahead and like try to find the flights. Yeah. Let's try to find the hotel or the Airbnb. Oh, I can't even finish the task. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
I love the whole planning, like figuring out where I'm going to go, the whole thing. The only thing that stresses me out is like the packing.
Yeah.
Because I always worry I'm going to forget something important. And so then I overpack, and then I'm trying to not overpack. Mm-hmm. So then I'll take everything out and I lay it out. And then I'm like, really, what do you need? Right. And I try and pare down because packing, it's not the packing that gives me anxiety. It's the forgetting. And what are you going to forget? A T-shirt? Like, okay, they sell T-shirts, I'm pretty sure, wherever you're going. I'm not going backpacking.
Oh, my gosh. I just saw a video yesterday on TikTok as these 3 women who've been planning this amazing Mediterranean cruise.
That.
And they lost their luggage.
They
had bathrobes. And the cruise had given them these huge polos
extra
and men's
large
T-shirts.
men's shirts.
So they could wear those. And they were like, so if you see us, this is what we'll be wearing for the next 2 weeks.
Yes. I'm like, girls, go out, buy yourself some clothes at your port of call.
I feel like the airline might give you reimbursement for that, right? If the airline lost it?
Yeah, I would think so.
They used to do that.
They were flying out of like Copenhagen or somewhere weird.
This happened to my aunt and my cousin. My very first cruise I went on, they had flown down to Tampa, and we had flown down to Tampa, separate flights. Their luggage got lost, and then ours did not because we were different. And so they ended up locating the luggage, and it got flown to our first port.
Really?
But they were allowed to go buy some stuff to get them through, and then the airline reimbursed them.
That's what I feel like.
25 years ago, but I feel like they might still do that.
I think the airlines do reimburse you. I think the airlines do. If they've lost your luggage.
Does that mean you can shop wherever you want?
Well, I think they only reimburse you a set amount.
Yeah, it's probably like not like
you can't go buy designer clothes.
Yeah, nice shoes.
Because it doesn't just happen when you're going on a cruise. Yeah. Like people go places and their luggage.
I love how the one lady was like, talking about the slippers. She goes, "This now also doubles as my second pair of shoes because I've been wearing Sperry's for the last 3.5 days." And the other lady was like, "Yeah, and they smell not good."
Oh my gosh, that's the funniest thing. Yeah, packing and traveling and all that. It's anxiety producing. I do feel better now. I put the little air tags,
so you can locate
I put those in my suitcase now.
That's smart.
And I do like it because it tells you like you're basically, it tells you that your luggage got loaded on the plane, which so you don't worry the whole trip. Like, did my luggage actually get loaded on the plane? No, you know that it's with you
literally
on the
right
plane.
there. That's smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
more people should do that. I didn't even
they're
think about
like
that.
$25 each, the little air tags.
It's not bad. You can use them for other things. So like I have them attached to my kids' backpacks.
Yeah.
So I know where they are.
Put them in the luggage.
Yeah. I like to know where my kids are.
And you can stick them. They said don't put them like like stick them in a sock or something.
Yeah.
Like stick it so they don't fall out or get lost or whatever. And I mean, they have the little like key tag thing so you could attach it somehow inside. But I'm telling you, last time we flew, I was like, that made me feel so much comfort that I knew, because that's my anxiety
that helps,
of traveling is my things. Like, what would happen?
Right.
And I've gone plenty of places and been like, oh, I forgot my hairdryer. Oh, I forgot, makeup.
One time I was driving. It was a driving trip, and had my little kids, and I packed the car, got everything ready. And to get from where I live to 95 to like really get on my journey was about a 2-hour drive.
Wow.
And I got to the gas station right there by the intersection for where the exit was, and was filling up, and I'm mentally going over all the things I had done. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to pack the bag that was on the bed in the car. It was all of my makeup.
Oh gosh.
All of it. And my hair stuff, like all my toiletries, like in this bag. And I'm like, and now most people will just say, well, I'll just get it when I get there.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have that kind of money.
No.
I barely had enough to be driving that trip at the time.
Yeah.
I literally turned around, drove 2 hours back to my house, got the bag, and then, I mean, we lost so much time, but I'm like, I have to have it, and I can't afford to go and replace all of that stuff.
Yes. Well, even if you can afford to, like, you can't necessarily, depending on where you're going, depending on what it is, you can't necessarily find duplicates of that stuff. So then you're like going out looking like an Oompa Loompa because your makeup's orange.
Right? Or you didn't bring your shampoo. So
See, I think that's my fear. I don't want to go out looking like an Oompa Loompa. So I worry when I get anxiety.
Makes sense.
Anxiety it's a real thing, and we're
making light of it, but because you have to, because if you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes,
yeah, it's not fun. I welcome all the days that I get to experience without not even like a little touch of it, but I so can be empathetic for everybody that is going through life, and you just don't know who's experiencing it on a regular basis, because I feel like they don't talk about it, and everybody looks like they're so put together, and probably they've got everything going for them, and they're doing this and they're doing that. They probably are doing the same thing we are. Yeah.
Kelly and I are good because we can like call each other and say, "Oh,
it's a bad day."
It's a bad day. When we know because we each.
I will tell you, like when I found out that you had issues with it, it made me feel like not weird. I was like, "Oh,
it's not weird.
She's normal, and like it happens to her too." It's not something that like I don't think my mom dealt with it at all. Like on a regular basis, because she didn't talk about it. No, my dad, he doesn't talk about it, but I know.
You don't.
Yeah.
I don't know that my dad did, and my mom never talked about it. She still wouldn't talk about it today. But I just remember those nights, like she literally would be in bed, and on her nightstand was the drink. Like she is like in order to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, don't do alcohol, because then
it makes it worse.
It makes it worse, and also it causes you to wake up.
Yes, you don't sleep great. I feel like that's a thing. It can really mess with your sleep. And so if you're not sleeping, it's just going to like amplify the anxiety.
Go talk to a doctor. If you're having anxiety, go talk to a doctor, because it's not good.
I've tried all of it. I've tried the meds. I've tried the talk therapy. Talk therapy, I feel like they give you ideas for like breathing techniques and all of that. But like it didn't do a lot for me.
It doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Not for that. Like in the midst of it. I can't talk myself out of one. I can tell myself it's just anxiety. And I'm smart enough to do that.
And then you're busy Googling your brain tumor and your stroke and stuff. And you're like, wait.
My facial paralysis, numbness, whatever, tingling happening. Just weird,
When your heart's racing, like, because I get the heart racing, I'm like, I'm having a heart attack. I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
This is not anxiety. I'm having a heart attack.
Plenty of people go and literally will get seen at the hospital because they think that's what it is. But I also feel like, caution on the side of this, where you see this happen all the time, where a lot of times women specifically will get dismissed at the emergency room as, oh, you're just having a panic attack. It's just anxiety.
And then they are having a heart attack.
Well, they might be, because it displays differently in women. A lot of things like that men get that's been studied, in women displays differently, like heart attacks. We don't get the same symptoms and the same,
And also you're like, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's panic. It's anxiety. It's whatever. Meanwhile, you're having a heart attack.
Right.
So if you're unsure, go to the hospital.
Yeah, it doesn't
We are
hurt.
not medical professionals.
No, definitely not. We cannot diagnose you. Just ourselves with Google.
Thank God for Google.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for today. Kelly will sign us off.
So, on that note, if you want to help us not have anxiety, you should buy a house. That really helps because we can focus on something else. Work helps so much. But give us a call. Our number is 321-422-2160, or you can email us at hello@coastalestateteam.com. And that's it for now.
Yeah. So, we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sunny days, no clouds in the sky.